How do we transform the hatred that holds us back and haunts our world? Remove the barriers between ourselves and others. Unlock our limitless capacity for love, resilience, and courage. One way is a powerful meditation practice, the Metta Bhavana. Metta means kindness or love. Bhavana means cultivation. It's a practice that anyone can do. You don't need to consider yourself a Buddhist. In this video you will learn the stages of the practice, hear how it changed my life, discover how this magical practice opens a doorway into reality. The Metta Bhavana consists of 5 stages, in which we bring different people to mind and cultivate kindness for them. Stage 1, ourselves. If we cannot have kindness for ourselves, we will find it difficult to have kindness for anyone else. Next, we bring to mind a good friend, extending our desire to be happy and well to them. Next, a neutral person, someone for whom we have no strong feeling for or against, maybe the postman, the cashier, the businessman we see on the train. Then, the enemy, someone we find difficult, who we react against, someone we don't like or understand. Finally, all beings. We bring to mind each of the 4 previous people, and then we radiate kindness in all directions, spreading the desire to be happy to people locally, all over the country, throughout the world, throughout the universe, as far as our imagination will take us, gradually expanding our well-wishing to include all beings everywhere. But what do we actually do to cultivate kindness in these stages? Here are some tools. Words and phrases. Use words and phrases like, may we be well, may we be happy, may we be free from suffering, may we make progress. The body. Tune into physical sensations of warmth and radiance which correlate to kindness and allow them to grow. Images. Visualize symbols that evoke kindness for you. Memories. Recall times when kindness moved or inspired you. Imagination. Be creative and find what works for you. Don't force it. Don't worry about having a particular experience. The practice works on the principle that what we dwell on, we become. If we keep turning our minds to kindness, we can be confident it will gradually start to flow. Doing this practice has changed the lives of many people, including myself. At first, I didn't find it easy, but I persevered. And then, some things started to happen I wasn't expecting. Here are 4 great benefits I've received from the practice. 1. Better self-view. Firstly, I realised I wasn't such a terrible person. I had a tendency to think very poorly of myself, to think I wasn't good enough, was somehow bad and unworthy. The practice helped me realise that there is nothing seriously wrong with me. 2. No need for enemies. At one point I was working with some people I didn't like, and who I felt didn't like me. Through doing the Metta Bhavana, I realised I could just drop all that, which felt like putting down a heavy burden. Hatred doesn't work. It just creates more suffering, like picking up a burning coal to throw at someone. We end up burning ourselves. If we can come into relationship with hatred and eventually transform it, we will be a lot happier. This doesn't mean we don't stick up for ourselves when we need to. It means we stop letting other people determine how we feel. 3. Greater energy. These 2 realizations were accompanied by a feeling in my body as if something had thawed out, a release. There is so much energy tied up in difficult relationships. When we undo these knots, energy is released. Over the next few months, I experienced greater clarity, creativity, patience and energy than I was used to. I had greater emotional resilience. I felt more alive. The best thing about Metta is it feels amazing. There are no downsides to it. 4. Doorway into reality. I naively thought that this state was permanent. It wasn't quite like that. The experience faded away, but it did give me a glimpse of what was possible, and it has informed the rest of my life. At times, I have strayed a long way from the realizations I had during that meditation. I have been dogged by low self-esteem and possessed by hatred at times. but I have always come back to that experience as a guiding principle. It set me on a path of many years of meditation, study, retreats, and friendship. In a sense, all of this has been about delving more deeply into that experience, that opening, and taking it to its final conclusion. The greatest bliss, the removal of all barriers between self and other, the transcendence of subject and object. In Buddhism, kindness and wisdom are inseparable, and the Metta Bhavana, rather than being a sentimental practice, becomes a doorway into reality itself. Try it for a week and see what happens. Use the guided meditation linked here on the right to get started. If you can find a centre to practice a Metta Bhavana at, with access to experienced teachers, then all the better. Or if you would like to know the link between Buddhism and UFOs, watch the video on the left. The Metta Bhavana is one in a set called the Brahma Viharas, which I will be making future videos about, so please subscribe so you don't miss these.